Hi everyone, so this is Omar and I'm going to share with you what I've learned doing the LinkVortex machine on Hack the Box. So first of all we're going to need to do an nmap scan, but since it takes a little bit of time I've went and already done that. And this is the output of the nmap scan. Next thing we need to do with these Hack the Box machines is to add the box to our host file. Clear and sudo nano etc hosts. 10.10.10 11.47 link. So I've already done this box. So in this box there's three main vulnerabilities. The first one is an exposed get directory. Next one is a local file inclusion that we're gonna exploit with a proof of concept, and the third one is a race condition that we're gonna exploit to gain root access on this box. So first of all, with these web-based boxes, the first thing I'd like to look for is the robots.txt file and the .get directory. So I'm gonna LinkVortex.http robots.txt, and we find the ghost directory. So we're gonna search for that. And it's a standard link, and it's a standard login page. Next thing we're gonna look for is .get directory. So it says here that page not found, but there's actually an exposed .get directory in this box. It's just not on this domain. So we're gonna search for the subdomains and immediately found the dev domain. So we're gonna add it to the host file. And do the exact same thing we did last time. Okay, so we're gonna look for the robots.txt and not found. So we're gonna look for the .get directory, and we found it. So to download this .get directory, we need to use getDumper. So the syntax is that we give it a link and we just give it the path we want it downloaded to. And here it is. So the first thing I look for is the status, get status, and we found that there's stage commits that aren't yet committed. So we restore all the stage files and we get the difference. And we found an plain text password, so we add it to the we make a file called pass.txt and add it to it. So we actually don't find a user, so I'm gonna try to log in using admin, and the password we've already found, and it's successful. So since we're in a ghost CMS, I'm gonna look for the version, and it's 5.5.580. So I'm going to search if there's known vulnerabilities for this ghost machine, for ghost CMS. And there's actually one. It's a local file inclusion vulnerability that can be used to read any file that we want. So if you made a quick search online, you'd find that the path to the config file for the ghost CMS is var/lab/config production.json. So we're gonna download the proof of concept. and I'll save it. Nice. Oh, no, cancel. So unzip it. And we're gonna modify the permissions. Clear. And the syntax is basically just give it the username and the password and the link to the Ghost CMS. So we var lib config dot production dot JSON. Maybe I wrote it wrong. No, CMS config file path. So just make sure it works. So it does actually work. So lab config.production.json, and we got the file we needed. So there's actually a plain text user and a plain text password here. So I'm gonna copy the password, add it to the password.txt, and try to SSH using the user code pop. And we've got the first flag. So the first thing you need to look for in a privilege escalation environment is a misconfigured sudo. So sudo-l, and we find that we can run this file without a password as sudo. So I'm gonna see what actually what constant says. 64 FW0 echo S64 ISD file.sh. File.sh. So in this file we could see that it just takes a .png file and checks if it first of all checks if it's a PNG file. If not, it exits. The second thing it checks for is if it has a symbolic link to what it calls a critical file, which is something in etc or root file directories. If not, it moves it to the quarantine, and if check content is true, it prints its contents. So this actually opens us to a race condition where we can, the time it checks for the symbolic link and the time it prints it moves it to the quarantine are different. So in this time we could actually change the symbolic link, what it actually points to. So first of all, we're gonna need to make a directory that points to anything and upload it using the, here we're gonna upload it through labs, import content, and we're gonna make a file like that. Oh, let's just like that -b client image content images. Oh. And ln, sorry, -s, and we make it point to anything, and we just make a PNG file. And we zip this file. That. So okay, I've done it. I uploaded the zip file, so it should be in the ls-al opt post content images. It should be here, and it links to K. So to actually run this exploit, we need to have another SSH and another shell. So first of all, we're gonna need to add pass to txt here. So SSH pop at LinkVortex.htp, give it the password, and in the first one we should run the loop where it keeps on trying to change the symbolic link until it's successful. So while true, first change the symbolic link to root.ssh id_isa, and the file should be in var quarantined im.png, and done. So this should be do, and here we're gonna run the file. So check again what file do we need to run. sudo -l, and this is the file we need to run. So export check content, I misspelled that, equal true sudo, and we give it this. And finally we give it the path to our image. So opt ghost content images im.png, and we get the id.sa file and the id_sa file. So we get this, and Ctrl C, exit, clear the id_sa, paste. So change the permissions, and -i id_sa root at LinkVortex.hcp, and we've got root, so ls, and we got the root text file, and that's it. This is the machine and how to get rooted successfully.